What's up, guys? Early Stoppage MMA podcast here, or YouTube. We are here to talk about the greatest fight nights to ever exist. Don't quote me on that.
That's a little
We have
intense.
Leon Edwards versus Sean Brady, dude, and this is so hype. This is so hype. I'm hype. No one else is probably as hype as I am right now, but it's not even about Leon because we're kicking it off in the prelims. Marcin Tybura versus Mick Parkin. And listen, I could talk all day about Mick Parkin. I'll let you start this, all right? Because you're gonna need to reel me in a couple
You're
times here,
letting
I'm
me
sure.
start it? Okay.
I'm gonna let you start it because otherwise I will continue to talk over you.
That's fair. So,
So tell me, yeah,
full disclosure, I actually haven't really decided on anyone, so I have to decide like right now in this moment who I'm going to
okay.
pick. And for me, honestly, it's kind of hard cuz I think that
Well,
Tybura
there. Let me.
is
Let me.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I
No,
told
no.
you I was gonna talk over you. There is a right and a wrong answer to this fight, just so you know.
Yeah, I know.
Like
I know.
an incorrect answer to pick here.
Yeah. So, Tybura is the gatekeeper of heavyweight. I think that's a fair
Yep.
thing to say at this point. He's kind of like the Neil
Yep.
Magny of 265. Um, However, Mick Park has looked really good,
Yes, he has.
but the people he's beat have not been the greatest talent. He trains with Tom Aspinall. That's a plus, right? Um,
Yep. He beats up
I
Tom Aspinall. Let's rephrase that.
ish,
They
ish,
spar, and I'm sure
yeah.
Mick Parkin wins those.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Um, so I'm just gonna go with it here. I'm gonna go with Tybura. Tybura's
That's
looked pretty
that's
good,
fucking wrong, dude.
and
That's
I
wrong.
know in his last few fights. My main deciding factor on this, because I think it is so close,
Yep.
honest to God, the undefeated curse.
It is scary. I'm gonna talk about that whenever it's my turn here.
I'm done. It's your
It's
turn.
I'm horrified. Okay. I'm horrified for this fight to happen. Uh Mick Parkin is probably gonna win by death. But if we're putting that to the side, he is undefeated.
Yeah,
And I have been watching intently
yeah.
every undefeated fighter this year in the UFC, thinking about this fight in the back of my head. And I continue to see undefeated fighters lose, and it's scaring me because I truly believe that there is a theme this year where we're going to see a lot of guys lose.
Yeah. It's like, and
But
especially at
Mick
heavyweight,
Parkin is, yeah. Well,
just
definitely a heavyweight.
at this point in most people's records, right around 10 fights is when they lose their undefeated. I feel like.
That's true. Yeah, 10 to 15 fights. You know, there's a lot of guys who get to 10-0, 12-0. Um, but dude, I'm sticking to the fucking Elia train here. Mick Parkin's going 15-0 and being the fucking champ.
Okay.
This guy is
We'll
going to
uh
be the best heavyweight to ever do it.
we'll see.
And that might be bias. It is. It, it's bias. All right. Let me be honest. I'm gonna be honest about this fight now. It is a scary matchup for Mick Parkin.
Yeah.
Mick Parkin is, uh, you know, not that much bigger in this fight. Like Tybura
Hmm.
is still a pretty fucking big dude.
Hmm.
But Tybura, we've also seen Tybura lose some fights that are kind of questionable.
For sure.
But he's also he's been consistent in that
Yeah.
gatekeeper role, and
Yeah.
that is 100% the case.
Agreed.
Romanov, and then he just beat what's this dude Deniz
Yeah.
Johanna Deniz,
Absolutely smoked him.
and took his O by the way.
Yep.
But I really think that Mick Parkin can pull this off. I think that this is not an easy fight, but is a possible fight, and this is a fantastic test fight for Mick Parkin.
I agree.
I'm ride or die on this either way, right? I will never not pick Mick Parkin. I don't care who he fights. Let's make that clear.
Yeah.
He could fight anybody and everybody. He could fight the whole roster, and I'm picking Mick Parkin.
Yeah.
But Tybura is scary. Tybura
Yeah, he is.
is
He's good.
not the quintessential scary heavyweight that you think of, but he's so talented.
Yeah.
He really is
He's
good.
good. He's got skills.
So I don't want to get too delusional because I can,
Yeah.
but Mick Parkin, if
McParkin
I
is your
mean,
pick.
yeah, Mick Parkin is 100% my pick, which is
Cool.
also the right pick.
Yeah. I'm taking
Um,
the wrong pick then. I'm going with Tybura as my
yeah,
final pick.
hopefully you're wrong.
I
If
I
Mick Parkin loses this, let
I
let
would
me let me
I'd
lay
love to
this
have
out
another
first.
prospect, you know what I mean? But
Well, we already do. Mick Parkin is the prospect,
yeah, yeah.
but
Whatever you're about to
uh,
say, we got to make it quick cuz we got to keep moving.
I'll be super quick. This is a super personal thing here. UFC 304 broke my heart. All right, Leon Edwards lost the belt to Bilal Muhammad. Um, I and I'll be honest. We're gonna fast forward here a little bit. I'm not super confident in Leon on March 22nd. If Mick Parkin and Leon lose, I don't know what I'll do. I seriously do not know what it will break me.
It's tough.
All right, we can move on now. We can move
Okay,
on.
okay. All right, so then moving on to the main card. We'll
Yep,
we'll go through these a little bit quicker.
sure.
Opening up the main card, we've got Nathaniel Wood versus Morgan Charriere. Who do you have in this fight?
Uh, I think I'm leaning Sherry.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, which is weird because I'm usually delusional about the Englishmen.
You do love a good Englishman in
I do,
MMA.
and outside of MMA.
That is true.
But Morgan Sherry, I'm not super confident in either of these guys, or super like drawn to either of them. But Sherry's looked good. I've been happy with how he's looked.
Yeah, I agree. I'm gonna go with Sherry. I think he's looked pretty fucking good.
Yeah,
That split decision loss to Chepe Mariscal was one thing, I guess, but KOing Gabriel Miranda in his last fight, I was like, I was very
that
impressive
was
to
pretty sick.
see. That looked
That
fucking
was pretty cool.
good. Yeah, I think Morgan Charriere looks pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
Not a knock on Nathaniel Wood at all. Dude's good for sure. I like Morgan Charriere in the style matchup on this one. His striking is good, so
Yeah. Uh,
that's my pick.
next one here we got Jordan Vucinic. I think is how you
Yeah,
say that, against
Vucenic,
Chris
right?
Duncan. So I think Vucinic, did he make his
He
debut at 304?
he did, and he no, it wasn't 304.
Okay.
it was the Saudi Arabia card, I think, with
Okay, I
Sandhagen
remember him
and
making his debut.
Nurmagomedov. Yeah, he fought
That's
Guram,
right. Yeah.
and
Yeah,
he
he and
looked good
I
against Guram too.
yeah, I'm trying to remember. That might have been. I was that split. Was it? I know it was a
No, it
decision.
was
Was that a split
unanimous, but I
decision?
think when we were watching it, we were
Okay.
both like, "How was that not a split decision?" Because it was like,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a really really close fight.
yeah,
And I'm gonna stick back to the Englishman here, and I think that he is going to take care of Chris Duncan handedly.
yeah, it's kind of hard because Chris Duncan's fought some pretty good people. Most of the people he's fought have been other contenders, and so it's kind of hard to say. But I feel like with Jordan Vucenic, doing that good against Guram
Yeah,
in your debut, and I think it
that's
might have been on
and I'm
short
pretty sure it was
notice
short
too.
notice. It
Yeah,
was short notice. Yeah, I
that's
remember
so
he was
impressive.
dude. Who was he the champ for? Was he at
Uh,
I watched this guy fight like
yeah,
outside of the UFC, and I
he,
remember telling you like this is
yep.
the champ for this, but I don't
So
remember.
he's good. I'm picking Vucenic in this matchup. Chris Duncan could get it done, but I like Vucenic in this. So um, yeah. Who are you picking?
I'm taking Vucinic,
Okay.
Vucinic, however you say it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Cool. All right, we're in agreement there. All right, Molly
Yeah,
McCann versus uh, Stella Nunes.
Estela Nunez.
I'm going with Molly McCann, and I don't really
Yeah,
necessarily
yeah,
believe she can do it. I just won't pick against Molly McCann. I think Molly McCann fucking rules when she's on. She's a very
she's cool.
exciting fighter. So
I also have no idea who Estela Nunez is.
I don't either, and I'm not. I
Uh,
was not going to take the time to look into that, to be honest with you. So
yeah, no, I'm gonna take Molly McCann, even if Nunez has looked amazing. I've never watched her fight, to be
yeah,
frank.
no,
Here.
no, me neither.
Oh no, I have. Yeah, she has a star tattoo. I'm still taking McCann.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just like McCann. So
She's also lost all three of
biased.
her fights in the UFC. Nunez has.
Oh, see,
So
they're trying to give McCann a layup, so that makes me feel even better.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, that's probably pretty. Pretty
Yeah.
easy pick there.
Not much else to say about that. Hopefully, it's another one of those crazy fucking backspinning KO kind of a thing.
That would be sick.
I'd love to
Get
see
her back on Instagram.
2022 Molly McCann make a resurgence. You know what I mean?
Dude, we
That'd
need
be
we need some
sick.
more edit. We need to get back to the Molly McKenna
We
edits.
do. We definitely do. Meatball. Let's go.
Yes.
Gunnar Nelson versus Kevin Holland. I kind of forgot this fight was happening.
Yeah, this fight is kind of weird to have on this card, I think.
It is very weird to have on this card.
I'm gonna pick Kevin Holland because I always pick Kevin Holland,
Yeah.
and I'm just gonna do it. I picked him against RDR, and I mean, I lost that one,
Yeah.
right? You kind of rubbed that in a little bit, which is fair. Oh,
I
dude,
did.
if Mick Parkin wins this weekend, I'm gonna make a whole video.
Yeah.
I have a Mick Parkin T-shirt. I think we've brought that up before.
Yeah.
I'm going to just full face cam with my Mick Parkin T-shirt
Yeah.
on and fucking just get hype.
Dude,
Mick Parkin, please come on the podcast, man. Please come talk
please come
to me.
on.
I've DM'd you so many times. Not even like in a creepy way. I've DM'd you like 3 times. It's just been like, hey man.
We need to leave McParkin in the past, man.
I just want
We
to
need to
talk
leave him
to
in
him.
the past.
I know. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm picking Kevin Holland. Let's skip this fight, man. We're talking about the big fight.
I'm gonna pick Gunnar Nelson. I'm gonna go crazy here.
Okay,
This is
you're
what
a Kevin Holland hater.
No. Well, I mean a little bit, but like because Kevin Holland hasn't shown me anything in his last few fights that's made me think he can actually win this fight. Gunnar Nelson, this is what he does. He like fights once, looks incredible, goes into hibernation for like a year, comes back, fights, looks okay, loses, goes into hibernation for like a year, and then comes back and does it all again. And I just think that like he's so skilled, he's so good. I think he's just gonna rinse and repeat the same cycle against a Kevin Holland that does not really seem to care about his career anymore. It doesn't seem like he even tries in his fights. Like I just, and that's the main thing for me, honestly.
Yeah, and that's probably fair. And like I said, I'm not even confident in Kevin Holland, but I never pick against him.
Yeah.
So
that's fair.
It's just always cool to see Kevin Holland win. To be honest.
Yeah, I get it. So,
you wanna?
yeah. So finally,
co-main,
Jan Blachowicz versus Carlos Ulberg. Who do you got in this one?
I'm gonna keep this very, very brisk because I'm gonna
too.
talk a lot more about the main event.
Yeah, me too.
I think that nobody should overthink this, and I'm just gonna pick Ulberg.
Yeah.
Younger, and he's looked insane in all of his fights. Really, like he's impressed me in most of them.
Yeah.
And I just like why would I overthink anything? I'm just gonna
Yeah. I really want to pick Blachowicz because I do think Blachowicz is a fucking legend and he's got the legendary Polish power. But he's just so old and he's coming off a big layoff. I think that Carlos Ulberg's probably in a good position to win this. As much as I respect Jan Blachowicz and do think like if this fight was made like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I would pick Blachowicz so quickly. It's just not that situation anymore. So yeah, I'm going Ulberg as well.
Forever, has he?
No, he's been out. His last fight was fucking Pereira. That's how long he's been out.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's crazy. Pereira's had like 6 fights.
Pereira's entire title run has happened since he last fought.
That's so true.
So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pick Ulberg on that one.
Yeah, I think that's a safe pick. I don't think that you should really overthink that one.
Nah.
So
all right, moving on to the main event.
Next one.
You take it away, man. I'm sure that you're very passionate about this one.
Leon Rocky Edwards versus Sean Brady. I don't know his nickname, but this fight is scary, man. And I kind of lied to you earlier, right? I led you on. Okay. I might have gaslit you a little bit.
Okay.
I'm fucking dead set. Leon Edwards is winning this fight. He's knocking the fuck out of Sean Brady.
Wow.
But that is with some delusion. Okay, that's delusional me. So I'm gonna reel it back now. Sean Brady's scary, but I won't lie. I'm more confident with Leon versus Sean Brady than I was with him versus JDM. Which everybody, if you don't know, this fight was originally Leon Edwards versus Jack Della Maddalena.
It was.
Jack Della Maddalena ended up getting the title shot against Bilal, and so Sean Brady stepped in. This is not really short notice. It's not short notice. Like he's had 6-7 weeks probably since that. But just a little refresher. So I already know that you're gonna fucking pick Sean Brady.
Why? How do you know that?
Because you never pick Leon. You're a hater.
That's not true. I picked Leon to
beat. When did you
I picked
Leon.
Leon to beat Kamaru Usman the second time.
Well, okay. Well, that was a smart pick. That
Actually,
was
I picked
the
him.
best pick you've ever made.
I picked Leon both times. I'll have you know.
Really?
Yes, I picked him to beat
I'm
him in
impressed.
number 2 and 3. 3 was a lot easier of a
Wow.
pick than 2. 2 was
Through,
I
yeah.
genuinely just thought, oh, I think he could do it. So
Well, and he fucking did.
it didn't look like he was gonna, but he did. So
Fire.
listen, man. I liked Leon Edwards.
You liked?
Yeah.
Why past tense? What has changed?
During his title run, he was so inactive, and him completely ducking Bilal to fight Colby Covington and then looking like shit in the Colby Covington fight. Really,
I don't think that was his fault though. I think we should go back and rewatch this fight. That fight.
Okay. Well, I rewatched it
That's
to prepare
not
for
talk about it.
whatever. Anyways, yes, go ahead.
Yeah. It's I mean, listen, we're gonna stick in the same argument, right? Is that Sean Brady is so dangerous. Leon Edwards has looked like shit in his last couple fights. He looks slow. He looks like he's not ready. I truly believe that now without the belt, this is the biggest test for Leon Edwards, right? Because honestly, Leon Edwards is my favorite fighter, other than Mick Parkin. But Mick Parkin is kind of a newer thing within the past like year or so. Leon Edwards, I've liked Leon Edwards forever. But it's kind of a weird thing because you saw when Leon got the belt, and you're right. He got boring. He got safe. And even kind of on the way up, once he started finding competition, he got pretty boring. Like I'll be honest, and I fully admit that.
Yeah.
But Leon Edwards has also been in some fun fights, man. And I think that if he took that aggression and that talent and brought it to guys like Sean Brady, I really don't think it would matter. Because Leon Edwards, we've seen him against grapplers, we've seen him against wrestlers. And granted, the Bilal fight is not a great example of that. I kind of put that Bilal fight out of my head when thinking about this, because I could cope about it all I want, but he should not have been fighting at like 4 a.m. But I know what you're gonna say. We've talked about this at length. I want that old Leon back, and I'm confident that we're gonna get it.
Yeah. Keep going with this train of thought.
Keep going with this train of thought?
Yeah. For like 2 seconds. Mainly because I have to let my dog out of the room.
You're good.
Keep the audience busy for a second.
I hear you. No, if we can get the Leon Edwards that we had when he fought guys like Gunnar Nelson, whenever he was on his way up to the belt, the scary part about this fight, though, is that there is a chance of the direct same thing happening that happened when he fought Bilal.
Yeah.
Because Sean Brady was supposed to be the guy that, like, oh, he could beat Bilal. This is the tough matchup for Bilal. And then fucking Bilal ran through him. That's like the only finish in Bilal's career.
Yeah.
And I want it. I need it. I need a Leon win. Man, he disappointed me so much in 304. And this is going to be a big test. Because, dude, if he disappoints me again and he goes out there and looks like shit and fucking sucks, I don't know how confident I'm going to be in Leon anymore, man. I might have to go find a new guy.
That is so tough. And, like, just watching him in his last fight with you, that was tough.
He looks like shit, man. We were together for that. You saw the the fucking distress I was going through.
Yeah. So I'm in an interesting... I'm just going to be honest. I think
You're picking Sean Brady.
I'm picking Sean Brady. I think all of the things that you've said, I know that you think, or that you've made it clear in the past that you believe what happened at 304 was an anomaly, but like, to me, I think Leon always looks like that. And I just think he finally had a matchup where it was somebody who can do these things to him. And
that's kind of the point that I was making.
And this
is going to be his second chance.
Yeah, I think
this is like Bilal 2.0, really.
I mean, watching, he was losing he looked good in the first round against Kamaru Usman in their second fight, which was cool and super impressive. Not taking that away, but he was going to lose that fight if he didn't get the head kick. And then in the rematch, I do really think part of...
Don't act like that was a bailout head kick.
No,
that was the greatest fucking head kick in UFC history.
Listen, it was awesome. I'm not taking anything away from it. But if he didn't land that, he was going to lose that fight. Let's be honest. I mean, it just is the truth. And so, like...
There's no doubt about that.
Yeah. And so in the rematch, then, of course, Kamaru Usman's coming off a brutal knockout. He's super careful about that. Obviously, he's not going to fight to the degree that he normally would. I think that's fair to say. And Leon was prepared
Yeah.
and ready to go. Um, but the problem is like
And
these
Leon
dudes
looked good in
don't
that
have
fight.
the same deal. Also, they're not as old as Kamaru Usman, and
That's
or
true.
their
No,
primes are in
that's
different areas. And so
I agree with you.
I think Sean Brady. I mean,
Listen,
Sean Brady's
I
so good, dude. I think that his grappling is so good, and his
yeah.
striking is also really good. I think he's going to be able to hold his own on the feet against Leon, and I think he's just going to take Leon down and just kind of smudge away at him and just
I
chain wrestle him to the ground, man.
I really just don't. I hope not, right? Because if
Mhm.
Leon was just, and hear me out. Let me cope a minute here.
Okay.
If he was just a little, if he was fucking, he had glimmers of hope against Bilal, right? We saw him
Yeah.
where he would get aggressive. He would get aggressive and find those shots and push forward
Yeah.
and do well.
Yeah. Yeah.
If he could just fucking keep that pace and just go at
Yeah.
Sean Brady. And listen, I get it. It's fucking
The
scary, Leon. You're gonna get hit.
I know this
But
isn't
please, dude.
I know this isn't a comparison that you're gonna love,
Yeah.
but he fights just now that
Don't
I'm
say
like
Cheeto.
thinking he fights
Don't
just
say
like
Cheeto.
Cheeto. I mean, he fights
Fuck
just
you.
like Cheeto.
He does. He does. That's a
And
fair
that's the
point.
thing. Like, and he's always kind of fought like that. And like, yeah, he does have moments where like he'll pop off, but
Yeah.
like they're kind of few and far between. And like in the Bilal fight, it was like his one good moment was when he elbowed him. I mean, that was like the only good moment he had in that
Yeah.
entire fight, and it was just he happened to get on top and elbow him, and it was like,
I believe it was the fourth round. He had like back
yeah,
control the whole round. If you
yeah,
remember
and he
that.
just kind of held on to him there, and it like didn't
Yeah.
really do much with it. It was like, okay, it's
No, he didn't
not
do
gonna
anything with it. Which
contribute
Leon
to whatever.
Edwards is not the fuck it. You know,
No,
he's not the quintessential
no,
submission threat.
but that's just it.
That's not what he's
Leon,
out there to do.
when Leon's put in a bad spot, he's
Yeah.
good. His strength is not getting put in bad spots. And
Yeah.
the problem is that he's fought a bunch of dudes whose whole thing is putting you in a bad spot. Once Leon gets into one, though, he cannot fucking get out. Like, he just is so content to just sit there and just
Is this
wallow in
similar
whatever horrible thing
to
is happening.
Alex Pereira getting put on the fence by Magomed Ankalaev?
Yeah, I think we're about to see kind of a similar deal. Honest to God,
Sure.
but I think it'll be more.
Yeah.
I think it'll be more of a mauling, genuinely. Like, I think Sean Brady will get Leon Edwards to the ground. I think he will get his back and
I
actually be
don't know.
threatening
I don't think he'll
submissions.
submit him.
No, I don't
think
think
he'll
he'll
submit
submit
him.
him, but I think he'll be getting submission threats. You know what I mean? Like, I think he'll get like
Maybe.
one arm under the neck, but he won't be able to get the other one around to get that like choke locked in.
Yeah.
And Leon will defend it until like the bell runs out, and then
Well,
he's go
Leon
back to the
does have
corner.
very good submission defense.
He does,
He does not
100%.
get submitted often, and even his takedown defense is pretty good too, which
Yeah. Oh
is
yeah.
kind of why I had hope against Bilal.
Yeah.
But dude, Bilal looked amazing.
Hmm.
I mean, I'm not necessarily the Bilal hater that I used to be. I'm a new man in this regard.
A born again Bilal fan.
Um, I wouldn't say fan, but respecter. I respect him. He's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know, I would love to talk to him. But oh, dude, I'm not picking against Leon. I
That's
won't
fair.
do it. And
Yeah.
honestly, I'm still like, this is not delusion, because I could be here delusional. He's gonna sleep Sean Brady. But if he can truly just keep up that pressure, if he can pressure Sean Brady and have those moments where he stays off the fence, where
Yeah.
he controls the octagon and fucking throws. If he just throws, because that was his issue with Bilal, he didn't throw. He just sat there defensively, and
I don't know.
Bilal was
I
beating him
don't
up. No, I'm not taking anything away from Bilal here. Listen, like,
I know.
Bilal was fucking beating him up.
But
Bilal looked like Canelo. I'll give him his fucking Canelo
I mean,
reference that he wants or whatever.
It wasn't even that Liam wasn't throwing though, because Liam was genuinely like he was trying to throw. He was just outdone because of the pressure, and like Brady's gonna have
But
the same game plan.
see, but we still saw it. I mean, that's clearly the way to beat Leon Edwards, right? We saw it happen. He's gonna have that same thing.
Yeah,
And all the guys at 170 are gonna do the same thing to him.
yeah,
But if he goes back and watches that Bilal fight, which I'm sure he's done fucking more than I have, he has to see that whenever he was putting the pressure on is when he looked the best. If he fought like that, not even all the fight, but just did it a lot more, dude, he could win that fight easily. Bilal is not scary. He's not gonna finish you. And that's why I don't know if you remember
But
us talking whenever this was 304 happened.
yeah.
But I was like, dude, like, Leon's gonna be so confident. He's just gonna fucking go out there and just like pressure him.
No,
I told you the same thing, because I was like, but there's zero threat.
I know.
right? Like, sure,
Yeah.
he might fucking take you
Yeah.
down, and then you end up on the ground for a couple
Yeah.
minutes,
Well,
whatever.
you know what? The thing with this one that's even worse is Sean Brady actually a submission threat, where Bilal
I still
doesn't.
I agree.
So
I agree that that's the scary part, right? And this is kind of the rebound, I think, for Leon, and kind of the same fight almost, and
yeah,
maybe even a scarier fight.
I think so. I mean, I think the only
Um,
difference is I don't think Sean Brady is as strong as
yeah. Well, that's the
Bilal,
thing.
and that's
Leon got tossed
yeah. I
around.
don't think we're gonna see Sean Brady dunk Leon on his head, but I think we're gonna see him get up against the wall
Damn
and
it!
then
I was
chain
hoping you were
wrestle
gonna
him
ignore
onto the
that.
ground. So
Maybe.
yeah,
I'm ready for this fight, man. I get stressed out watching Leon after
yeah,
last fight 304.
yeah,
It hurts me to like think about it, and
yeah,
it sucks to see him lose, man.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I come off as a Leon hater, and like I
It's
I
fine.
promise I'm
I
not.
understand, right?
I
Like
try to be as
I
real
get the
as
delusion.
well. I try to be as real as I can about him because like he is such a good kickboxer and striker.
He is, dude. If you
I
just
will
fucking,
totally own up to that and admit to that. Um,
I
when
encourage
he's
anybody
on.
to go watch
It's
Leon
just
Edwards hit pads.
yeah. The problem is that it's just more often than not in an actual
Yeah,
challenging matchup, he's not on. It's just the
he's
truth,
on.
and I he's fighting the hardest matchups for him and the best
He
people in
is.
the division. So it's like I yeah, my final pick. I'm going Sean Brady by decision.
Okay, I'm gonna take Leon Edwards by submission.
Cool.
No, Leon Edwards decision. I mean,
Okay.
I don't see Leon finishing this fight. It
No.
would be sick if you fucking submitted him though,
Yeah.
dude.
It'd be wild. Certainly would. That'd be hype as shit.
Man, okay. I'm gonna leave it at this, and this is the last thing I'm gonna say. You can end the video. You can talk after this. I'm gonna say this, and then I really don't have much else to say about this.
Okay. Okay.
I I'm very scared and very nervous that next weekend Leon Edwards and McParkin are gonna lose.
It's possible.
I'm very scared,
You're gonna have to
and
be
if
okay
that
with that.
happens, I don't think I'll be okay with that, man. I don't know. Like then what? I get to look forward to Robert Valentin versus Torres Finney, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say that I think that the bond that I've fictionally created with Mick Parkin is too strong. That no loss could break this bond that me and Mick Parkin have.
That's beautiful.
I'm yeah, dude, it's pretty awesome. And also, just because I like heavyweight so much, I said I wasn't going to talk anymore. But as the last thing I'm saying, and then I'm done. I want Mick Parkin versus Pavlovich,
Okay.
and we're gonna
You've
fuck
heard it here
Pavlovich
first.
up.
McParkin wins. Pavlovich is next.
Oh, that'd be so good. Or Spivak. More than likely, it'll be Spivak. But give me Pavlovich. We're ready.
There you go. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. This has been our predictions and picks for UFC Fight Night London. Leon Edwards versus
no.
Sean Brady. I was gonna say
I
Bilal
wish
victim Leon
Bilal.
Edwards, but
That's messed up,
yeah,
man.
everybody.
Don't do that.
Thanks for joining us. Leave your comments and your picks below. Let us know if we got any wrong. Yeah, we'll see you next time. Peace.